let's move into Schloppenheimer.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer. What's your overall thoughts there, Bada?
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was coming back from the island of Tinian and Talady. We just delivered the bomb. The Hiroshima bomb. What's the space was great. I liked it. I liked Oppenheimer. Bit bit long now. You felt that length pause.
Yeah.
What's his face? But I mean, it delivered what I sort of expected.
Yeah.
Delivered on a biopic. It was an R-rated movie, which I'm all for. It's Nolan's one of two R-rated movies. I hope he does more. To be honest, 3.
Yeah.
What's
Memento, Insomnia, and
is
this.
Insomnia really R-rated though? Like it came out as M over here, which is our PG-13.
Yeah, it is R.
It's just
It's
swearing in that movie. It's
Yeah.
not really.
No, well, we would consider it R-rated movie.
Very tame, very droll. But yeah, performances were off the charts. What's his face is guaranteed shoe in for an Oscar. Maybe it's a bit too early that they're releasing, but Downey, I think he absolutely killed it. I loved his character, Strauss. It's not Strauss. It's what?
Straws.
Yeah, his character was great. The only thing I can sort of bag the movie for is the length, and it felt like 2 movies.
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah,
It did. Yeah, it did. You want to go next there, BD, or you want me to go?
You got that, dog.
So I heard a viewer say that this movie is like Nolan's JFK, and I agree.
yeah,
The pacing that this guy has, where it's always on the move,
yeah.
brings that first hour of the movie, it just flies.
Yeah.
It's that next 2 hours and 15 minutes that kind of got me. Overall, I liked the movie. I wish I liked it a lot more. The thing that took me out of it was the use of that score blaring over dialogue that's so technical and it's in depth that it just took me out. I couldn't focus. And because the movie's non-linear, you're moving place to place to place to place. You kind of need that dialogue so that you get the insights from the characters, so you know what's kind of going on. You know what I mean? I know that Nolan uses that to sort of get some emotion from you, but in this it was just a bit hard to follow because of that. Like a lot of times I was like, where the fuck am I? Over here. But where he succeeds, where Nolan succeeds, is getting the performances that he got out of Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr., which I think are career best performances.
Yeah.
It's not a showy movie in the sense that it's all about the explosions and it's all about the stunts. It's close-ups most of the time, and that's amazing to see because that was like us going into this back and forth that kind of plays out in the movie. Where I think the strongest form of storytelling lies is how Nolan sort of invites you into the mind of this guy. This guy that his mind was just working all over the place. You see it, the way he links things so effortlessly, and it scares the shit out of him. And it worked on so many levels, and I think this character work is the best that Nolan's ever done.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would have been a huge undertaking. 57 days they shot this film in, and it works as a talkie, and it's primarily a talkie.
Yeah.
And
you want to hear the dialogue.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it on home video. He did the shit in Tenet, but it wasn't as noticeable. He did it in Interstellar, and it wasn't as noticeable. But in this, primarily talking, I need that fucking dialogue. Because
Yeah.
that's what brings it down for me.
In Interstellar, it made sense. They were talking over headsets the whole movie, right? So
Yeah.
you're going to get that interference. He wanted to introduce that interference. I get it. I understand
Yep.
it. But to go and purposefully garble dialogue and whatnot, like, I need to hear this stuff. I'm trying to build bomb, people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Trying to fight the bomb.
Yeah.
Put your hands in the mouth.
Oh shit. For me, I enjoyed this movie. Like you said, Big Dog, this first hour fucking flies, right?
Mm.
And the same emotion I get from that first hour is that same emotion of when Bruce Wayne goes to Hong Kong in The Dark Knight. Like that scene, how it was just a lot of discovery and a lot of excitement about what he's trying to do.
Submarine, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah.
Submarine. Wow.
Fucking
Man.
that's the feeling that I got because you're learning all this shit, and obviously this isn't like, you know, some new shit. This is history. And the way that Nolan actually presents this to you is so like you can eat it up. But at the same time, my same arguments are that, yeah, it felt like he just upped the gain on everyone talking and then upped the score as well because the gain was up.
Yeah.
And
Could have been
then
at cinema as well.
true. Maybe they had like, you know, maybe they fucked up a couple of speakers in there.
Well, what we were hearing from what was it? Spider-Verse was they were supposed to play it at a certain volume. Certain cinemas weren't playing it at a certain volume. It was supposed to be a reduced volume compared to the 7 that they usually play it at, and that's why you weren't hearing all the stuff. So yeah,
That's how they get you. But yeah, see, for me, the hour that followed after the first, I was still fine with because they were still moving at a good pace for me.
Yeah.
But then after we had seen everything that I guess Oppenheimer would be famous for, that everyone would know, and we get really into the nitty gritty of everything, it just lags. And I felt myself just like losing attention, and I was thinking, fuck, I really need to piss. And then just like still trying to focus. And there were still points during there, like the performances were fucking brilliant. Shout out to Emily Blunt as well. Amazing in one select scene. But overall, I enjoyed it and I really want to see it again. But I really want to see it with subtitles so I can just understand some of the stuff that I missed.
9 days, my friends, 9 days.
Hopefully. Fuck, that'd be fire. See
What
you
do you
on
mean?
Peacock.
It's universal.
He's got a 100 days exclusivity window, remember?
That.
Yeah. See you at Christmas.
No.
Yeah, that's when they're releasing. All right.